Hi, hello again. Yes, well, hmm, the Wilder Fury fight is getting closer. Uh, Here's what I have to say about it. Well, of course, this is not the ideal fight. That we all want, really. I mean, except for some Fury fans, perhaps, and some Wilder fans who don't want to see him lose yet to Joshua, of course. But yeah, Tyson Fury, he's a very unusual figure in boxing history because he doesn't really possess anything special, of talents and physical tools and all that. But he's very big and he's got heart, plenty of heart, and he comes to fight always, of course, and that's just something you can't take away from him. While other most other fighters, especially these champions and you know elite level fighters, they don't always really give it all they got. I mean, once they become established, and especially once they win a world belt, then they do all they can to not lose that belt. Simple as that. And so they sometimes avoid certain opponents or don't fight them when they are at their best, or when they feel not completely motivated in the right mindset. Yeah, there has been a lot of pointing fingers, of course, between the Wilder camp and the Joshua camp. So the way they claim it is, I mean, the American media, I think, is trying to make it look like Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua don't want that fight. Maybe that's true, I don't know, but at the same time, Eddie Hearn says, we want it, but we just can't agree on the money and all that, which is possible, knowing guys. I mean, knowing Deontay Wilder, of course, he's a very, you know, uh, ego ego tripping guy. I think he always thinks. I guess he just priced himself out of that fight. I mean, he thinks that he is the number one, not Joshua. Even though, Joshua has like three belts or four or how many, and Wilder only got one. And Wilder hasn't really fought the guys like Parker or even Dominic Breazeale or all these guys that Joshua has fought. Klitschko, of course, but of course he's now retired, so that's out of the question. But anyway, Joshua has been tested and proven, and Wilder, so far, his only true test came against Ortiz. And Ortiz is a very good fighter, but he's 39, come on. He was 38 at that time when the fight happened. So, I mean, I wish Tyson Fury hadn't retired. Really, I mean, in 2000 or 2016, yeah. Of course, it was better for him that he did, or otherwise he might have ended like a true psychiatric care patient case, whatever. Um, I'm not quite sold yet that he is really good. I mean, in here, like mentally, that he is completely cured. Right? I don't think, but he's always been really out there. Like very bragging and always putting on a show and just being outrageous all the time. So they know that that brings a good show. It sells a lot of tickets. So Wilder's men just jumped on that opportunity, and they know that there is a small chance that Wilder can lose that fight. So, but anyway, about the fight itself, yeah. I mean, Wilder has shown that he can take some at least punishment and come back, and score a knockout against Ortiz. Even though Ortiz is not really in top shape, like very athletic guy. He just is a big puncher and has boxing the amateur pedigree. But anyway, he has shown that he can take a punch. But and Fury, unfortunately, is not really known as a big puncher. Of course, he's got a decent punch, but for a heavyweight, a big one, fighting a big heavyweight, it's not really he doesn't have much chances of knocking Wilder out, Fury. So the best thing he can do is just to try to, outbox him, and just be more active, like he was against Klitschko. That's what won him the fight. He scored frequently and against Klitschko and was just the more aggressive guy and busier guy. And since he is so tall and big, he's hard really to subdue, to bully. I think Vladimir couldn't bully him, even though it was a very passive performance by Vladimir. But anyway, he found out that he just couldn't wrestle him down like he did with many other guys before that. So I think the same will happen to Wilder. I think he's also very. Wilder is not. He's very tall, of course, but he doesn't weigh that much, So that's gonna be a challenge for him, just to be able to bully a guy like Tyson Fury. It's not gonna be easy. So yeah. What else to say? So Fury is going to have to be very active, not just lay on the back foot patiently and do that, just counter. And he shouldn't fight so dirty either, because if he's fighting away, it can cost him a few points if he grabs too much and holds on or hits behind the head. In England maybe he would have gotten away, but not in America. So I mean, either way, it's going to be a very tough fight for him to win. Almost impossible, but who knows, I can see him doing well, at least for the first 4 or 5 rounds. He's going to be very aggressive, and just attack Wilder. I think so. But in the last fight, of course, he didn't look so good. I mean, he looked pretty stiff. So, yeah. And Wilder, he is a slow starter, so that's why I think he's a slow starter, so that's why I think Fury will be busier in the first 4 rounds. Very, very likely. I don't know after that. But of course, Wilder will look to to land that big right hand or left hook, whatever, and he will try to catch him. Just instead of brawling, I think with him, he will not, because as I said, he's the smaller man after all. Despite being the harder puncher, he's the smaller man still, and so he will look to wait, I think, for Fury to wear himself out, most likely, before moving into attack and try to knock him out. So I don't know, I think there are chances that this fight may go the distance because of what I already said, Fury being so big and hard to bully and all that. And he's got of course, some boxing ability. If he didn't, he wouldn't have come this far for sure, Fury. And I think he definitely got better, in the early going of his pro career. He was very clumsy, and got caught a lot by some really, poor fighters, rather poor. But since then, his defense improved, and he started using better tactics, and he started, everything. The jab, this, all that improved. So, but still, I don't have much hope for him, of him winning this. Yeah. I think this will at least go like 9, 10 rounds, something like that. And well, I can also see Fury quitting. I mean, if he gets too much punishment and if he fades, late in the fight, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know if he is that type, but he may be forced to quit, by his coach or whatever, by a doctor, especially if he gets cut, that's one. Yeah, so I think, well, as I said, Wilder, I mean, it can go the distance, it might go, but either way, I just don't think there's enough left in Fury to win this fight, Even if he did well, he's still going to have a hard time getting a decision, of course, there. That's another big problem. Well, that was all. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.